I wanted to make sure that I'm able to express the fact of we are living like a year over and over again. So every year, like, there's reset buttons in our life. So we've got a reset button that happens day. So hi guys, I'm Craig Clark and you're here with the Driven Podcast once again. I just want to say thank you for coming to this podcast again, and please once again go down into the comments, like, comments, share, just do these things and subscribe. If you're not subscribed already, please subscribe, as we're going to kick off a whole bunch of things for you guys to see, to make sure we explore all the different possibilities of getting to certain goals within life. Especially this year, we're talking about the end of year, beginning of next. We want to make sure we're on top of things. We want to make sure we're accomplishing goals. We make sure we're in a certain rhythm with our life to make sure we're moving things forward. So that's what I want to go with, and that's where we're starting with this thing. So this year we want to start with, hey, here we go, we're going again. Hoping that you enjoyed your holiday, having it where, if you have got holiday, if you've got time off, that you're enjoying it, spending time with your peoples, with your family, just making sure you're not getting too fat off the leftovers and stuff like that. But yeah, just enjoying yourself in this holiday season. I know that this is going to be one of the podcast shows where we are actually going to talk through a lot of the things that I went over probably last year, and then how we got into from last year's point of view to this year. But we want to make sure that we kick things off with a bang and make sure that our year now for the next year, instead of just setting ourselves a whole bunch of list of things to go and do, that we actually start planning things out. And if you guys remember who listened to my podcast from last year and listen to what I said I was going to do, we're going to go through some of those plans as what I've executed and what I didn't go well, especially like I'm looking at it now, I'm looking at my screen now and I'm like, yo, there's some stuff we need to go through. So let me write myself a reminder. So because there's things here that like I'm actually going through. So what's happened is I went through this podcast. I've recorded this all already. So I'm going back over it again because there was a technical glitch, difficulty, because I'm using a piece of technology that I'm not always used to. So that's why I'm doing this now. I thought, you know what, let me do this now, do it again. I won't have no more technical hiccups because I've explored everything now, the way I'm even recording now. So basically I'm using OBS, and it's good when you're doing any kind of streaming and stuff like that. But at the same time, to record, I didn't quite understand certain things at the same time. So I'm just going through that process of making sure that we're going through, and I'm understanding I've done that. But like I said, I want to make sure you will be organized and you're motivated to go through the next year. So I'm going to go over some things that I went through over the year that I am happy about, or what's just happened with me so far. So this is my reflection really, and I just wanted to make sure I go through it with you guys. So my reflection of the year was, okay, let's tell you what's happened. So as I boastfully did in one of my podcasts before, I told you that I got married, but I also proposed in the February. So I proposed in the February and we got married in August. Make sure I remember that time. Yeah, so we got married in August. So the thing is, like, I planned to propose for ages. Different things put me off, or didn't happen, or happened to, like, that kind of stopped that process from happening at the time. So now that it's happened, it's good. And my missus was waiting, and as you would have seen, she's like, okay, I'm glad it's happened now. Let's hurry up and get married. So, and she'd been waiting for a while for this to happen. So she was happy, she's pleased. And that's why we're married now. So once again, I got married this year, and that was amazing. So once again, you're probably going to see a whole bunch of footage from the point I said where I proposed up until now. You're going to see a whole bunch of wedding footage that I'm probably going to prepare again and show you, because it was a nice time. It was a great time. So I did great with that. And then navigating work while sorting that out was quite good. So I'm ending the year quite strong with work and everything. So So you know what I mean, it's good. And me and the missus, we started in a great way. We started on a good step. It's not been bad right now. Everything's good, so I can't complain. There's no complaints from me. And to tell the truth, this year I've been extremely blessed, and it means I'm extremely happy. I can't complain. I cannot complain at all, not one bit, not in the slightest. I'm grateful to God, I really am. So one of the questions I always ask myself was I stretched? You know, that means if you're stretched, it means you're learning or you're progressing. And I felt like, yes, it's been a learning year, and I've put myself in a place where I'm going to be even more stretched next year. So not just mentally, emotionally, I've been a little bit stretched, and physically I've been pushing myself. And so that's led to other things which we'll probably go through, because I want to make sure that you guys understand what I've been going through. But yeah, I don't want a Groundhog Day situation. I don't want a situation where like you're living the same day over and over and over again and not getting to a certain goal. Now, the reason why I mentioned this was I was going to call this episode Groundhog Day, but I'm not going to do that because I feel like there's more to it than that. So whatever this episode ends up being called, which I've got a fair idea which is what it's going to be called, I wanted to make sure that I'm able to express the fact of we are living like a year over and over again. So every year, like, there's reset buttons in our life. So we've got a reset button that happens daily. We go to sleep, we wake up, that's a day, that's a reset button. So you're able to start your life and lead the life that you want to lead. Oh, nose is itching. That always happens with me, sorry guys. So itchy nose issue done. Right, so basically I don't want us to live like we have reset buttons on our life. So we have reset button on a daily. So you go to sleep, you wake up, you reset, you can start your time all over again. You don't have to like live the same life day in, day out, so it becomes monotonous. Make sure I'm doing it right. Yeah, so you don't want that. We want things to change. Yes, there has to be some kind of a routine, which that's good, and as long as the routine's set up in a way where you're developing, that's good. I'm not trying to take away from routine. I'm talking about living a life over and over again where it's continuous. I've done this before, I've done this before, I've done this before, and you're not growing, you're not moving. It's not that. We don't want that. So there's a reset button every day, there's a reset button every week, yeah, there's a reset button every month, and there's a reset button every year. Okay, some people may say even every 10 years you get to reset your life, but I can't really look at it that way, because things will have changed. No matter what you do, you're still going through time, so things change. So I can't get with the 10-year one, but you've got a reset button that you can press every year. So I'm looking at this and I'm saying that, listen, we need to make sure we change and we make that shift into the thing that we want to make the shift into. So what I want to do is make sure we go over what I did last year and we go into what we're doing this year, and we want to take, okay, so the first off, we're going to look at what I planned from last year and what I actually did well, what I need to improve, and what I didn't do, you know. So we're gonna go through that. So we will actually start looking at that in this moment now. So hopefully this is showing up. So because of the way I'm doing OBS at the moment, let's see if I've done this right. Basically, I'm recording the screen, which you will see on your right here, or right here. No, right here. So you will see on your screen right here, okay, what I'm doing. And so what you're going to see is basically the plans that I made from last year. And obviously I've not gone into deeper details. I've gone into just small detail. I broke down the details myself within my own thing. So as you can see here, this is my my dashboard, my my little plan that I set out here, and this is done in Notion. If anybody wants to see an update on Notion or see some kind of thing on Notion, let me know and I'll do that for you. Just you guys will get to see it. But what I wanted to just show you is that, yeah, but put that in the comments about Notion, because you know I get so excited about Notion. I was at a course the other day and they were talking about tools that they use, and I just kind of like I like sat in the background while they were talking, and then I said I use Notion, and as soon as I said that, I goes, what's Notion? And I explained, I had my iPad on me, I opened it up, and goes, this is Notion. And as soon as I opened it, everybody said, wow, oh my gosh. So yeah, if you want that, tell me and I'll try and do something for you so you guys see. But yeah, so as you can see, I've split into areas. So this is the area bit where we talk about job, character, relationship, personal struggles, physical, financial, spiritual, business, and additional things. So that's what I've done there. And then we've got the goal. What was the goal for these different areas? Okay, and then the outcome, which was was it done? Did I not get it done? Do I need to continue and improve? You know, so that's cool. Do I need to carry it over into the next year? As you can see, a whole list here. Yes, carry it over into next year, but not everything's like that. The action to complete the task and the date to accomplish the goal. So I've already filled this out, but like I said to you, I'd kind of gone through the whole process already again on before, but like I said, I had some technical difficulties and it doesn't seem like it's going to be an issue now, but we're going. So let's do this. So what we got here is I broke it down into areas. My job, what happened last year? What did I actually plan for my job? So learn more about the job. So my job, I'm a business analyst. Yes, I'll learn more about the job. Just doing the job on its own, you learn. But then obviously I've done courses, I've done whole things. I've done things in regards to learning about my area of expertise. So not just about being a business analyst, but the organization and what we actually do in that field. I had to learn a whole bunch about that. There's more to be done, but which you're going to see in a bit. But okay, so do I want to carry that over? Yes, because continual improvement, that's what we're on about. We're on about continually improving what we do on a day-to-day basis and becoming the best that we can be. Now, there's things that I fail on, but we'll get to that in a bit. So what I need to do is take another course with an exam. And I want to do this in April. So whether my current job pays for it or not, this is something that I'm going to do. And so I'm going to make sure that I continually improve. Hopefully I can get it through my work. I had to push to get it through my work this time, but and it's something that they are willing to let me learn, which I'm going to tell you about right here. So do the Microsoft training. Now my workplace, they're offering me all this different type of Microsoft training. Now it's not just you learn about your spreadsheets, learning about Excel, learning about Windows. It's not that. It's not. This is a bit deeper. So it's all the background running about Power Apps and all that stuff. All that goes to automations, everything. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that I can get into to learn. Some of it is beneficial to me as a business analyst, but some of it is beneficial to me in another way. So and to just know more about technology and stuff, it really does help. So I didn't finish any of the training, but we've got a plan in place to do this. Now you're gonna see reasons as to why, but I've kind of given myself a bit of a kick up the butt to get this done, and my organization has as well. So and that which is good, because it's not just me that's stopped. There's a whole bunch of us that hasn't done it, and there's only been 2 people within my organization that have done any type of the training and completed the exam along with it. So fair play to them, and I'm going to be the next one. So that's my aim, is to try and go and just do it. So that's the next thing I want to do. So what I've planned on there, okay, I haven't done it. Carry over, yes, definitely have to carry over to the next year, and say set aside days to do the training. So that's what I will do every Friday from January. Now I've already put this in my calendar for my work chat calendar to make sure that I do this training. So that's something that it's going to happen no matter what. Prioritize my work time. I've done that so effectively. I'm happy, and it's something that I'm quite proud of, because not only did I prioritize my work time, I prioritize my work in ways which I would do, but I will go through the system with you because it's called the 666. Now, it doesn't have to be 666. Some of you might think it's evil and stuff like that. I'm not in and all of that. Yeah, it's about dividing your work up in a way in which you can actually create tasks and make sure that you're able to complete the tasks in a particular way, and making sure that you're able to prioritize them in first, second, third, and the rest of it. So it's a system which I use, which I got from somebody, and it works for me. So I can share this with you. I will share this with you at one point. Don't know when in the year I should do that, because it's a productivity tool. It's a productivity thing that I'm glad about and I use. And it was by Brian. What's his second name? But anyway, I read his books and all that stuff, and listen to his podcasts. Well, not podcasts. Listen to his books, read his books and stuff like that. Amazing. I love listening to his productivity. One of the things I had to do is key into one person, because all these different people give you different ways in which they attack and do certain things. So I was kind of confused that should I do this? Should I Brian Tracy? Now, should I do it this way? Should I do it that way? I picked one person because he's given me definitions and things that I kind of connect to and things that I kind of agree with. So that's why I've chosen him as a person to relate to and to listen to. So at one point, hopefully if I get big enough, I'll be able to interview this guy, because there's a few questions I have for him. So but yeah, that's one of the things that I've done to make sure that I've bettered myself in regards to work time. So yeah, these are the things. And especially he's gone, Brian Tracy, once again, going back to him, doing my training and stuff like that, he's always on about improving yourself, learn as much as you can so that you can earn more money and you can become a greater, like aspire to be greater and to do more and to be more and to earn more. So that's with that. I've digressed. Let's go back. Say no more often. Okay, so say no more often. You know, I've just realized I said that the graph should come down here. Now, I'm going to be the one in the corner, which I should be already, and this graph should be big. So, like, let's just remember that, Craig. Okay. But, yeah. So, anyway, say no more often. Yes, I've been saying no to a few people. It's good to say no, because sometimes I'm at work and somebody will ask me to do certain things, and I used to be, okay, I'll get this done, and then I'll be diverted from what my main objectives are, to help somebody do something quickly and then come back to my thing, and I'm having to take another 5-10 minutes to get my head back around into doing the work I was doing. And then once I do that, like, that's 10 minutes out of the hour I might have, and then it's really bad. So I've gone into saying no, and I need to continue to do this daily. Yeah, so that's what I've written there. So as for my character, be more assertive. Yes, I'm assertive, but I feel like I need to be more in certain situations. So I've felt myself do that a lot more. So yes, it's something I want to improve, because there's still room for improvement for me to be a bit more assertive. So yes, I carry that on to the next year. Know what I want and get it. Put a reminder on my wall. So that means in front of me here, there's going to be a little space where I put something there to remind me of the things that I want, so that way I can be more assertive. Like, if I'm more assertive, I won't get these things that are on my wall over here. So that's why that's there. So in January, I will create a wall chart of reminders. Yeah, so I will do this. So I will do this on a Saturday, because that's a time I may have a bit free. So that's cool. That's good with that. Procrastinate on procrastination. So I've done well with that this year, but there's room for improvement, which I'm going to do. I'm going to improve. So yes, that needs to carry over into the next year. Define a time to set for things I want. So with that, I think it's giving myself more of a time limit. So this isn't necessarily to do with work, it's outside of work. There's a way in which I've handled procrastination, and there's a lot of digging I've had to do into my life to make sure I correct myself. So I've procrastinated on a few things. There's things I need to do, like there's a few friends I probably need to apologize to, because I've procrastinated on a few things and I've left them out in the cold. So if you're watching this, you're gonna expect a phone call from me in the upcoming year, so I can rectify a few things with you. But yeah, I have to know what I want and get it, and put a reminder on my wall to go get. So that's going back to assertive. Sorry, have a definite time to set for things I want. So it's just making sure I'm aimed straight, so that way I can't be procrastinating as much. And I might actually put something on my wall as well. Well, actually, if once I put this thing on my wall to say, look, a reminder, it's going to say, you know what, I know what I want, I've got to go get it. I can't really be messing around. So the procrastination thing will get out the window. So that's with that. Pay for a coach. So I've not done this like this year. The reason for that, there was a lot going on. Number one, I've got married, and the rest of it, yeah. But I've got people who hold me responsible, which it will come, you'll see down later on, that there's things that I needed to talk through with people. So I've got mentors, I've got people who hold me accountable, I've got all these things going on. So I didn't feel the need to really get the coach right now, but now I need to put a bit more skin in the game, because I think I'm taking on a lot more, and I need to be organized, and I need to make sure that I arrange and do the things I need to do. I've got a lot planned for next year, so I need to make sure that I'm on point. A coach will actually help me to just make sure I'm doing it. And there's no use doing something if you're not able to pay for it. Now, I've had a coach in the past. I've had a couple of coaches in the past, and I know the value of the coach. So that's why I know I would actually do it. So I think at one point I tried to get a therapist to treat me as a coach, and it didn't really work. So I need a coach. I know I needed a coach. So that's where that comes in. So yeah. So I've set an alarm, which I have done, for the 30th of January to make sure I start going for, you know what, let's just put this coaching thing in gear and just get yourself somebody to coach you. So next, in my relationship, become clear on threats to my relationship. We've really done that. We had a good soul-to-soul talk in the year, and I was able to tell her a whole bunch of stuff. And then what happens is we're feeling good about things now, and we move forward. So therefore, I don't need to do this. I may need to review. So I'll actually put here, may need to review in a few months, and maybe next year, because things change. So and you know what, things change. Sometimes you're not ready for certain things come, and we need to make sure we're ready. We're going for things, we're getting the things ready, and like there's nothing that is new that has come up and it's going to alter the way we do things or the way we feel or whatever it is. So that's where we are with that. So relationship, establish more of a connection with my nephew and nieces. Done, but there's always still room for improvement. So continue to call them more often and set myself daily reminders, which I've done. So that's something that, like, I love my family. I'm a family man. That's what I'm going to do. So getting an accountability partner. Yes, got an accountability partner. Get another partner for other issues. So I'm working on that at the moment. There's somebody I'm speaking to try and make sure, like, there's other issues, there's other things that I want to be people to hold me accountable for, because they're good in a certain way and they've got certain things that they can actually use or do in a certain way. So therefore, all good. So I'm going to do that. Good. So, and I'll do that. Create an alarm for February. I will do that. I will do that. I will do that. Okay, next. Physical. Box 3 times a week. So yeah, done. I do that. Yeah, jump straight in. Monday, Wednesdays and Thursdays. That's my day for boxing. So today's a Thursday, or this is when I'm recording this, it's a Thursday. And yes, today's the day I'll be going in to do boxing. So that's all good with that. And it's going to not have a knock-on effect on some of the other things you will see down here. So fast intermittently, I did not do that. I think, I mean, there's general fasting and then there's fasting. I've not done my intermittent fasting throughout this year, so I need to make sure I start doing that and start putting myself together to do those things, do this, because it's something that's important to me. And there's fasting. I want to try and make sure that I'm in a regular thing, and it does something to your mind, it does something to your values when you actually fast in a good way. So that's something I would do. I don't have an issue with that. I need to make sure I probably find a partner who will fast with me. So what can we do? January 2nd, who can I find? Speak to neighbor, because I know they fast, and friends. Okay, so that's all good. If I could spell properly. Right, so that's cool. Right, work on powerlifting in the gym. So I can improve that, and I think because I do Monday, Wednesdays and Thursdays at boxing, so sometimes it's like Wednesdays and Thursdays mostly. Every now and again I'll do Mondays. It's gone down just to Wednesdays sometimes, because I do go to the gym. So like on a Thursday I'd have to drop my stepson, so he'd normally come with me to boxing, but I'd have to drop him to the he does cadets and stuff, so I'll drop him there on a Thursday instead of coming box with me, and I'll go to boxing straight after. Or there's a thing where I need to spend time with the missus, and I have to choose, because if there's time alone for me and the missus, sometimes there's shopping to do, there's things we need to discuss, there's things we need to work on. And so that time, maybe even if it's just to sit down and watch TV a little bit between us, it's something that like we discuss, and it's just finding that time. So it's a bit of that time management thing, that element. Sometimes I need to do it, sometimes I don't. But going back to this, the powerlifting thing, I love to work out in the gym and do a lot of the powerlifting stuff. And so if I'm not going to the gym on a Thursday, I'd go to the gym on a Thursday. If I don't go to boxing, on a Thursday, I'll go gym on Thursday night. I love going gym when there's nobody there, so it has to be like, whether it's midnight or it's 3 o'clock in the morning, so I can have a sleep from 9 to or 10 till whatever time. I'll wake up at 3 and then I'll go to the gym. So it's that having that. I do it on my own. I just don't, especially since the whole last 3 years have happened. Yeah, you don't really want to be around people. I think it's not made me scared in that way, but I just don't like being around people. So that's just me. As much as an introvert I am, I'm also like, I've got a little bit of extrovertish tendency. So yeah, but that's that. I think I've gone on a rant there, so let's stop that. Okay. My cardio, I'm not sure about this one, because I actually, like I've said to you before, a lot of the cardio is included in the boxing, so I might just kind of wipe this one off. So if I just put this in red, so there we go. Yeah, so I think that will just mark for me that, you know what, I don't really need to think about this too much, because I do a lot of it here in the boxing 3 times a week. And then I probably, like I've written here, so some of this cardio is fulfilled in the boxing, and then the cardio that I do in the gym, sometimes it's a top up, so sometimes it doesn't make me tired because I've done so much in the gym, especially when I'm sparring. It's like I just all of my, like, I don't get tired, you know. All of the cardio work is just it doesn't make sense to me in the gym sometimes, because I'll be going and going and going and it doesn't hurt me. So I don't know where I've got up to there. That says 13 minutes. So hopefully this shouldn't be too bad. For some reason, OBS has stopped at 13 minutes, but hopefully it shouldn't be too bad. I should be able to get away with some stuff and explain. We'll see. But yeah, I had to just double check that because OBS has just stopped. So yeah, what I'm gonna do, so yeah, well, actually this should be on in my thing, so don't worry, I'll be able to edit things and make sure it all works out properly, so that's fine. Next, down to financially. So you're gonna see a bunch of stuff here. Oh, Craig didn't do too good financially this year. Right, so yeah, so new financial goal. I did not hit my new financial goal. Yeah. Remember, I got married, so That's a lot to do with it. Me and the missus actually making a plan now, so with savings and financial goals. So this should be like better, but my budget was okay this year. It wasn't too bad. There's improvement. There's room for improvement. That's not a ditch to myself. I know I'm going to improve, so therefore that's what we're gonna do. So let's go through that. So yeah, just all of that. Just remember, I got married this year. So, and yeah, you spend a pretty penny in it doing that, don't you? So that's with that. So I'm going to be talking with the missus even more now to make sure, number one, my budget is on point, that we're saving, and I have a new financial goal that's like, it's manageable for me. So that's with that. Spiritually, put God first in all things, improve, up my prayer rate. So, and that's something I can start today. Set dates for reminders. So yeah, I can just remind myself and create reminders for my office. So in my office that I'm in now, this is my office. I can put little reminders around to say, you know what, just thank God or pray or whatever it is, you know, so I can do that. Read more spiritually enlightening things. Yes, so that's all good. I can start reading something more spiritual. So that's not a problem. I do, and I could do more, so that's fine. Set family spiritual time, so I can do more of that as well, other than the 1 day a week that we actually are thinking about this thing. Then I think there's more conversations that could be had around this stuff, and us just sitting together and being like more spiritually minded, you know. So that's something that, yes, I can definitely improve on. And even if I was probably in the best of ways, I'd probably still say I want to improve on it anyway. So now that's fine. Start using some of my contacts for promotion when it comes to business. Now this is something I can work on. This is something I have worked on, but there's always room to improve. So this is something I will look upon now when I do look at it, and I will just improve on this, and then, you know, just move forward. So set a day in the week, contacts for promotional chats. Yes, I will do that. I will set a reminder for that. Invite a few people for podcast interviews. Listen, guys, I've got some people that I've got in mind, and I've started the request and asking people and stuff. So you'll be hearing from me about that. But yeah, I've started to, but there's an improvement element for that. Yes, I'm going to invite people. You're gonna see more. So don't worry about that. And yeah, that will probably start from the 2nd of January. Okay, start a timetable for multiple shows. Listen, that's already done. I've got multiple shows underway, and I'm not just talking about just YouTube shows. I'm talking about multiple podcasts. So there's a timetable set. I've got multiple things be going on at the same time on YouTube as well. So listen, you'll get a lot from me in regards to whether it's motivation, inspiration, whether it's productivity, whether it's just like a word of wisdom, whatever it is, you're going to get more, but you're also going to get other podcasts as well. So I've got friends that are very interesting. I know people that like, they'll be able to give us a lot for us to work with. So that's cool. In addition, do more exciting dates with the wife, which we started. I think even the other day we were supposed to go roller skating. So I bought some roller skates. They're down there. Let's get them. So you see, bought some roller skates the other day. I want to go roller skating with the missus, and so that, like, obviously just dating, just doing some stuff together, you know. Not to say we don't do things, it's just that we're so busy. We're very career minded. We're trying to work on things, improve ourselves, do all these different things. And so I feel like there's an element of us that probably needs to just check a time out and just do things together. So I think that's the thing that, like, is really need to just do more of. We'll go out to dinner, we'll eat, chill, talk, go nice places, you know. And she's always putting stuff in my Instagram stories. Oh, Craig, let's do this. Remember that. Think about this. So yeah, those are to come. So that's with that. So I'm going to stop recording with OBS because I'm having a distrust of OBS right now. So I'll stop recording with that. But yeah, I mean, this is something that, like, we want to work on, we want to do, we want to go through, you know, and we want to make sure that we get the best that we can get in regards to having a best from our life, you know. So these are the things that I will think about on a regulars. These are things that I will make sure that like I want to do. So this is the thing, what I want to accomplish. I'll think about things now that I want to accomplish for the new year. So I'm going to make another list to go with this list, which I'm not going to share here right now, but I'll probably share at some point, probably in the next month or so, and say, okay, I'm going to have obviously my new financial goals. I don't need to share that with you, but there are financial goals that I'm going to be set. I'll probably want to make sure that me and Missy start thinking about having a baby and move forward from there. We've just got married. Let's do this. And I'm new to YouTube. So basically I need to try and make this more of a success. I say new to YouTube. I'm taking it a bit more serious. Let's just put it that way. But I mean, with this, I want to make sure that like I'm doing the best I can and that you guys are getting the best you can from me. So I'm looking at continuous improvement all the time, continuous improvement, continually improving, not just what I'm giving you, but me as a person, so that I'm able to share and do things and be a bit more real with you guys. There's going to be things that you're going to see from me that you probably would never have expected, or there's going to be stuff you see from me which you're like, maybe. But you're gonna see it all anyway. So I mean, the thing is, like we were talking about Groundhog Day and having that reset button. Another film would like that would be like Live, Die, Repeat, and that's a film starring Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt. Bill Paxton, I didn't even realize who this dude was, but oh my gosh, and then Brendan Gleeson, and this film is very. It's one of those films like I could watch, like, you know me, I love my films, and so I'd sit here and talk about it. But if you want to know what the story is based on, so basically there's an alien invasion, and Tom Cruise is somebody who's gone out to recruit people, advertise to people to fight against the aliens. So like that whole army influence thing. So he's saying, okay, fight with us, fight the aliens, do better, get better, be better, that kind of thing. He goes to see one of the captains about it, and the captain says, right, you're going to join the front line, so that way we're able to get more people out there and get more awareness. He's saying, no, I'm not a fighter, I don't do this, I promote. I'm not a general to just be fighting, I'm a general to do a certain job, and that's not my job. He gets put in this camp, he gets arrested and thrown in there, strong-armed pretty much to go in there and do it. He goes in there, he tries to escape, can't escape. He has to face the fact music, really. He goes out, fight these aliens, and an alien, if you haven't seen this already, I'm about to spoil this. So please, guys, if you haven't seen this, you might want to forward a bit, okay? But, so the alien then drops, like he kills an alien after some struggle, and the alien drops its blood inside of him, and then in that he dies, and then he wakes up restarting that same day again, where he's joined the group he's joined to go into the army and everything. So he's having to go and fight this war. So I won't give away the ending, but they win through a whole bunch of help. But it's the continuous thing. So he's having to reset his life, and the way he resets the day is he has to get killed. And so in that, you see that he's improving on certain things. His battle, he's improving. He knows where things are. He knows how to get through. And like I've just showed you here, this is me judging my last year and saying this year, what can I do different? When I'm talking about my stuff that I've got set for the year, I'm looking at it and saying, okay, what can I do different? What can I do in order to improve? Okay, this is what I did last year. Let's do this again, but let's just do it with a bit of an improvement. You know, you don't have to go all out and do something entirely different. You just need to do something that's like a little bit of improvement. And that's what I'm getting from Brian Tracy. Brian Tracy is explaining stuff in a way like to say, okay, right, so if you are like improving yourself, you don't have to improve yourself by 100% in 2 days. No, you can do it 0.5%, 0.2% if you want in a day, or in a week, or in a month. You don't have to do it. And over time, it builds up and develops and becomes more. So if you're doing like 0.5%, yeah, in a week or in a month, let's just say after 2 months, that's 1%. Yeah, by the end of a year, you've done 6% improvement. So and that adds up to a lot. That 6% is a lot. And then the next, like let's say 2 years, that's 12% of improvement, because you're taking your time to get better, so you don't have to get better. I heard a story about a coach, and he was given a footballer who was rough around the edges but a great footballer. So what he did, he said, you know, in order to get this footballer, and I forgot the name, if I could I would plug your podcast, because you guys are great, always doing sports stuff and that, and they're quite a big channel, but they just started their podcast not long ago, but great, they're great. But yeah, so what this coach did, so he's a mindset coach, or he's a coach that does for sports. So it's not just a sports coach where he's in charge of getting them practice. No, it's more the mental stuff. So an athlete coach, so which is something that, like, we'll see anyway. But yeah, it's really good, and something that people really need to take note of. So what I'm saying is, he got this guy, and this guy, like, brilliant footballer, but outside of that, he's a bit of an idiot. So they said to him, listen, you have to deal with this. The head coach came to him and said, you have to deal with this, or he's off the team. And so the guy kind of, like, the footballer, he said, okay, I suppose I better listen to this dude. So the guy said, all right then, go away and come back and meet me here at 9:30. It would normally be late, but training starts at 12, let's just say. Goes, no, come back at 9:30. Turns up at 9:30. Good. Goes to training, whatever not. Tomorrow when you come back, I want you to have cut your hair. He comes back the next day, he's cut his hair. Tomorrow when you come back, I want you to be wearing a suit, dress better, go out and buy clothes with this guy, go to this guy, he'll show you how to do it, you know. And so there was that little bit of improvement, and by the end of it, he was like one of the best ones. He had corrected his behaviors, but he gave it to him in steps, and as soon as he started to feel that he's better, like a better person, he's getting reactions from other people that say that he's better, then what's happened is he's become better. So that's what I'm trying to say, that continual improvement, the small improvement. You don't have to improve all at once, you don't have to change all at once, because it's not sustainable. But doing these things little by little over time, you know, that's your thing. So that's what we want to do. So it's the continual improvement, and that's what you see in Live, Die, Repeat. Okay, Tom Cruise is that continual improvement, that little bit of, he's having to do the same thing over and over again till he knows it. And that's how you learn how to, like, even drive a car, to play an instrument, learn a language. It's doing something over and over again on repeat until you've learned it. So some things are good to repeat, some things are not good to repeat over and over again, like staying in the same life that you've had for how long. Not to say that's just like to be like sustainable and being like sure, and being, I'm not trying to talk about all those things, I'm talking about being in something that you don't want to be in. You know, you can make the change. I'm not saying to throw something away, I'm saying you can make a change to make things different. So after practice and practice and practice, you will become better at something. And what you see in there is that he went to somebody for training. So having a mentor, having somebody to help you train, or somebody to bring you to the next level, he had that. He was able to put together a team, and even though the team was ragtag, he was able to put together a team because he knew what everybody was capable of. So, and he made everybody believe in him. So that's good with that. So you need to look around at people and see who can help you in any kind of way to get to the places you want to get to. So just look around. You don't have to find the best of team, you just need somebody to help you. Another person that I listen to, he's got a team of 3 other people, so it's him and the 3 other people, and they're dynamic in the way they work, you know. So you have to be able to work with people and just have a vision and go for it. If you've got a goal, they had a goal in that film and they had to go after the goal. And that's the thing. Know what you want, yeah, produce a plan and go get it. Okay, that should be your thing for next year. Know what you want first off, and if you need a hand to know what you want, I'm here, I'll help you. There should be stuff in my old podcast that I've done, probably some stuff on YouTube, my old YouTube videos, you can check them out if you want, but there'll be new ones, and I'll come with stuff that will help you to know what you want, put a plan together and go get it. Okay, so that's cool. What are your plans for the new year? Write them out. So like I've just said, I'm reading out my notes now, but listen, I'm going to end the podcast here, but I'll leave you with the same message again. Don't give up on your dreams when everything you want is just a few steps away. Okay? Peace out.